What's up, everyone? It's Jermaine. Want to make another Uber video. And this video is about Uber drivers versus McDonald's employees. Alright. And I'm pretty much making this video because when I first started driving Uber, I met a young lady who told me that she was quitting Uber and she was going to work at McDonald's. Now, this was when I first started, and things were great when I first started. But back then, she knew things were not great, and she knew that things were going to change. So she took a job at McDonald's, okay? And back then, I was kind of laughing. I was like, dude, you could have this job with, flexibility, and you can work wherever you want, but yet you choose to work at McDonald's. So now I'm actually starting to question why. So let's run out two scenarios, guys. Let's just take an Uber driver, okay, and let's just take a McDonald's employee. Let's say they both start work at the same time, all right? Now let's compare the two. Okay, the Uber driver has to have a car. He has to have gas, okay? The McDonald's employee, they pretty much need to get to work every day. They don't necessarily need a car, okay? They just need to show up, alright? Uber driver, you're at risk of getting tickets. You're at risk of, getting into an accident. If an Uber driver gets into an accident, it may be a couple of weeks before he can drive. Okay, well, this McDonald's employee, she doesn't have to worry about crashing her car. She just has to worry about getting to work and keeping her job. But yeah, Uber employees have to worry about that same deal. Like, we have to keep our ratings up. You have to make sure customers are like happy with you and make sure you don't get a lot of 1-star ratings. Alright, so let's look at the money aspect. Okay, so Uber drivers, we make all sorts of money. Some people make $15 an hour, some people make $60 an hour. $60 an hour. Anyway, some people make $60 an hour. But McDonald's, everyone knows that, McDonald's pay is not that great. Alright? There's protests all over talking about we want $15 minimum wage. So it doesn't sound so good to work at McDonald's. But once again, why would it be better to work at McDonald's versus an Uber driver? Okay. 2 years ago, Uber started to lower their rates, and Uber continued to lower their rates and lower their rates and lower their rates. So the Uber drivers are making less, okay, than 2 years ago. Now, what is McDonald's doing? Is McDonald's, are they giving their employees pay cuts? Are they taking 20%? Are they knocking their employees down from $13 to like $11 an hour? No. McDonald's is doing the opposite. McDonald's is raising wages for their employees. And another thing about McDonald's too, if you, let's say you work at McDonald's for 2 years and they make you a manager, well, you can make a pretty decent living, alright, being a manager of McDonald's. There's McDonald's on every corner, so there's a lot of managers, and I'm sure each McDonald's has, 2-3 managers. So, there's a lot of room to grow. People are always gonna eat, okay? Myself, I don't like McDonald's, but I'm just using it, compare and contrast with Uber drivers. Another thing, let's say you work at McDonald's for 5 years, okay? 5 years you work at McDonald's versus 5 years of being an Uber driver. What will you get out of those 5 years being a McDonald's employee? This is what you would get. Possibly you could get health insurance. You could get stock plans with the company. You could get paid time off. You could have the opportunity to change locations. There's still opportunity for growth. Like, you could become a manager and now they could promote you to regional manager, where you can make actually $40 to $50 an hour. Okay, and I'm talking about an hour where taxes is taken out of your check. It's not like Uber where they say you make $50 an hour, and that's totally not true because of gas, because of insurance, because of car payments. So, I don't know, compare and contrast. Like, McDonald's is not lowering their prices. Okay? They're only going up. But Uber's lowering their prices. I mean, guys, it's like, I want to say that maybe the rideshare or maybe the sharing economy is like a big deck of cards, and one day the wind's going to blow and they're all going to fall over. But anyway, Uber drivers versus McDonald's employees. I mean, you guys check it out. Tell me what you like. Leave comments below. Add me on YouTube. That's a piece. Wrap.